Hi everybody, Robin here with AriesFireTarot. Thanks for joining me today on the channel. So I have the Witch's Tarot deck in my hand and I'm preparing to do a new moon tarot card reading for you, as we do have a new moon coming in on December 14th. So new moon is when there's no reflection from the sun on it, but you can still see it hanging in the sky. So I have a 6-card tarot spread for new moon. And I'm going to use the Witch's Tarot to do this reading for you guys. It's just a beautiful deck. Very pagan, just absolutely stunning cards. And I got this new Moonology Oracle card deck. So what I'm going to do is pull one of these cards at the end of the reading for you. And these are just absolutely stunning too. And I've actually just cracked this deck for the read this morning, so yeah, we'll look at that at the end, and I'm just gonna sort of get right into the reading. All right guys, so the first placement says, where am I in my life right now? So I think sometimes it might be helpful if you repeat that to yourself. So where are you in your life right now? I'm gonna do a deck cut. I'm actually just being guided to clear the deck and do one more shuffle. And I think my dog thought somebody was knocking on the door because she has come in here to stare at me, but at least she's not barking, so that's a plus. So where are you in your life right now? Oh, amazing. We have the King of Pentacles here. So you could be feeling like a really solid self-assurance that you are on your path to, you know, that highest pinnacle of where you see yourself with your wealth and abundance. You know, the Pentacles, Lacey's right here. Hi, Tweety. King of Pentacles is that self-made energy and understanding your connection with the universe to manifest. And look at the size of the pentacle on the King's lap. Beautiful card to start off with. I love seeing this, especially for those of you that have, you know, been sort of lacking in anything in your life. Fantastic card. So let's see what is blocking you from growing. It should be really interesting because when you kick off with the King of Pentacles, oh man, just amazing. So, are you kidding me? So you guys are getting some amazing cards here right now. So you have the 10 of Cups here too. I'm actually getting 0 messages from what is blocking you. Like you're being infused with messages of wealth and abundance from the King, joyful exuberance with the 10 of Cups, just being absolutely on top of the world, on top of your game right now. So I love seeing this. I'm just going to quickly clarify out this 10 of Cups because the placement does ask, you know, what is blocking you from growing? But like, in what world does being happy block you from growing? Because that's the energy of abundance, you know, whatever abundance looks like for you. So let's have another card to cover up. Well, not cover up, but got the Empress card. So maybe you're just not tuning into your intuition as well as you might be. The Empress really uses her heart and soul to feel her way through the universe and pick out brand new opportunities. So maybe just be really careful that, you know, your happiness isn't blocking out your intuition. Does that make any sense to you? I guess just be careful that you're not having such a good time that you miss the exit. You know what I mean? Have you ever done that when you're driving and you're like, oh, I need to turn right there, and you drive right by it? So just be very mindful of that. And let's see, what do you need to leave behind here? The Page of Wands. This is such a character in this deck. And again, it's just this overwhelming happiness, and it's such a converse mixed message for you guys to be getting this. And maybe you're getting mixed messages from like an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Maybe they're confusing you a little bit, giving you messages that are really taking you off your path. Again, like you're coming in with the happiness, it's being too much. You know, does that make sense to any of you? Because I guess being like blissfully happy can really obscure signpost for you, or your intuition, like with the Empress card here. So very interesting what I'm seeing. Very interesting. You know, it's not very often that... Oh, okay, so I just got a message here that some of you could be... you know, if you've just started dating somebody new, you might be missing the warning signs, you know, or if you've been unemployed for a long time, if you've been in a period of lack for a while, don't let that jubilation of finally like, yeah, I scored the job, or, oh, this person seems like they're such a good fit for me. Like, you still have to read underneath and watch out for the warning signs that are coming in here. So that makes sense, you know. Don't jump on the first opportunity just because it's an opportunity. Sometimes you get an opportunity as sort of a distraction, and then there's something bigger behind it. So just really watch your emotions when it comes to like really achieving things. So let's see what intentions to set here for you guys. 8 of Wands, things are going to change very, very, very quickly for you. And this is always a good sort of intention to set, like an emotional, like, yes, you know, everything is going the way, everything is going to change, you know, everything is just on that tipping point. You know, 8 of Wands, really happy, bubbly, but you got to watch that too. Like, don't let that get in the way, you guys. And I've done that myself. You know, I've taken the wrong job just because I was so excited to get one, or I've dated the wrong person because, you know, initially they seem like such a good person, but, you know, behind that all is the reality. So make sure you're able to peer behind the curtain, so to speak. So let's see, what knowledge do you need to gain to manifest your intentions? And your intention is this King of Pentacles energy, and it's right there for you. But the first opportunity or person or whatever could just be a test. Just be careful, you guys. So let me pull a card here for you. Fascinating. So you might want to look at past failures or where things went wrong, like relationships, whatever your own individual scenario is, because you do have the 5 of Cups here. So are you being offered a lesson from the past that you didn't quite learn the first time? Like, look at what you're doing. Going down your path is like, oh, okay, well, I've been down this road before and it seems really familiar. Some of you could be allowing loneliness or a drought of some kind to mess with your senses a little bit. So look at what happened in the past, because the 5 of Cups is really in a regretful mode. You don't want to have that again. So look at where you might have leaped on something too quickly in the past, and look what happened. Like, if you did end up in a mess of a relationship, or working for somebody that you hated, or, you know, signed a contract too quickly. Very, very interesting cards here for you. It's like you could be swept away on a wave of emotion just because you're so relieved. Like, oh, somebody's finally interested in me. And honestly, I did that for a long time too, you guys. I did. I was like, okay, and not really thinking about it. So you're definitely being cautioned to look before you leap, and just maybe dial it down on the exuberance scale so that you can see what is really going on. And what positive energy will emerge in this phase. Okay. There is a cycle ending here for you guys, and this is the 10 of Wands. So it's a cycle of just really plodding along, you know, and heading towards your goal, and you're almost there, but you don't want another false start. So you have to be really careful about that. I'm seeing, yeah, you know, don't take the first opportunity just because it's the first opportunity, and especially when it comes to your love life. You know, because it's very difficult, you know, and people let things go. They really do. When you feel really strongly about somebody and you see warning signs, And you're like, oh, no, that's okay because I really have such a huge thumping crush on this person. Or you might go into an interview and whoever is interviewing you is not a very nice person. And you might want to let that slide just because you haven't worked for a little while. That's an indication of what it's going to be like, that work environment or that romantic environment. So really think deeply before you take the leap, you know? Okay, so I'm going to pull a Moonology card here. And these, oh, wow. Okay, so this says, and I've never used this deck before. So this says a personal issue reaches resolution. So I'm just going to grab the companion book. And let me just go on a pause while I do that, and then I'll read from it. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I opened up the companion book, and this says to attune to the move. It may be better to move towards what you want in a sideways manner. And I find that really interesting. So, you know, instead of charging full on into something, you ever see how a crab walks sideways? Because this card, it says a full moon in Cancer. So maybe just pull on those attributes of the sign of Cancer or the actual crab. And then you can see things from sort of a lateral view instead of like leaping in. Additional meaning for the card is to meditate, to soothe heightened emotions. And that's really interesting because I saw this sadness here with the Five of Cups, and then the really heightened emotion here with the Eight of Wands and moving in really quickly. This one is hysterical. It says, don't be clingy. And again, this could be with a new opportunity or a new like romantic person. And this says, stop sulking. If it's not for you, it's not for you. And if you escape something that is not meant for you, then, whew, right? And then it says, have you had enough family time lately? So that could be really important to get somebody else's unbiased opinion about your next move so that they can look at something, especially if it's going to be a contract that you guys are signing. You know, and if you're going to ask for somebody's advice, you might want to carefully consider it instead of like rebuffing it right away because it doesn't agree with what your heart is trying to tell you, but your heart has gotten you into trouble before because you see this Five of Cups here and it's like, you know, careful. So the teaching is the heightened emotions of the new moon, they can't be ignored. So this is really applicable to the full moon in Cancer. This is a really interesting deck that says this card indicates an especially feminine time. It also heralds the time to deal with any family issues coming up. Nothing to worry about. It signals a challenge is now coming to an end, and you can see that with the Ten of Wands here. This card also suggests that a domestic matter or private issue will soon come to a head and that it's a great time to move house. The answer to your question lies in being a kind leader. This is the time for you to step up and agree to overcome your insecurities. So that's really important too, because insecurity can make you do things that you might regret later, like not having the faith or, you know, in waiting for something that is worthy of you. So be very cautious right now, you guys, and don't let some sort of elation at the fact that a drought is apparently over, don't let that cloud your judgment. And if you're really doubting yourself, then again, ask for that help, especially from a family member that knows you really well and will be able to give you counsel in the way that isn't going to hurt your feelers, because the Moonology card said stop sulking. So really bizarre energy going on here for you guys, but you know, you want to take advantage of the good things, but don't run so fast towards it that you're going to trip and fall on your face, because that's not a good look. But anyway, guys, angel number 444 just came up for you. So I'm going to peace out. Bye, guys. Bye.